Hey
I
guys,
hope it was an appropriate Chrome window, Jared.
my bad. Yeah, it was Pornhub. Sorry, left that open
Yeah,
from earlier.
go,
Incognito.
going back to Hawkinson and Fan, you were talking about Nick last year. That's a good way to go. Okay, well, yeah, if that's what you like, then you would definitely like Fant over Hawkinson. But Hawkinson did run a decent amount of routes, and he ran them really well. And I really liked his body control and the way he was able to go up and get the football.
But they're very different routes than Fant, though. That made it interesting.
Oh
More
yeah,
inland. He would get those going across the field through traffic more than Fant would be lined up out wide or remove tight end or get screens. It was interesting.
yeah. And I mean, Fant had some of the drop issues at the time.
Yep.
Nothing crazy. And I liked when Hawkinson actually had the ball in his hands. He was able to create, which is kind of nice for a guy of his size as well.
Mm-hmm.
Where some of these guys, like we'll see with Thaddeus Moss. When he does get the ball in his hands, he doesn't really create after he does have the ball. He's one of those guys. He's going to run the short, underneath routes. And when he gets the ball, he's going to get those couple yards afterwards and pretty much just get what's given to him, which is, again, it's not really creating a lot of fantasy opportunities here.
Can you go back here, Jared?
Yeah.
So we're caught back up, everybody. Okay, this is where we ended talking. But this route, go back that route, Jared. That route, I don't really like this route because if you look, it's he's moves his feet and kind of settles. Yeah, like he goes into the defender. Like why he wastes time there? It's not a speed out. Make that a speed out. Attack his outside because it's not man. He's looking at the quarterback. Get out of there in a hurry. He kind of wasted some time.
Yeah, as soon as the defender's looking, you can see that right there, 14. He was looking right in there. Or was it 14?
I think it was Simmons. I think it was 11.
Yeah, he was looking in. Should have cut right out right there.
See, I like that one. That was good.
Yeah.
He widened him and then worked his way back in. That's to create space. That was smart.
Mm-hmm.
Presented a good target beyond the first down marker.
A lot of the tight end position running routes is finding the soft spots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he worked his way through traffic pretty well there.
Yeah, finds a soft spot, sits down, gets open.
Move here. Look at that.
That's
I know he didn't get away
butter.
from him, but at least he tried to. I mean, that's Simmons there. He's a stud, but he tries to make a move right before he catches this, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see that a lot with Moss. Not a lot of wiggle in his game after he gets the ball in his hands.
Yeah, his forte is ball skills for sure. He's got some really good ball skills, but
yeah, like I said earlier, didn't drop a ball all last year. Was on the field a ton. LSU ran a lot of 11 personnel.
Ooh, Clyde. Ooh.
Dude, that kid
it's on
is
his
tough,
film, but
man, just
everybody.
and we could watch a
Get
little bit of him. I mean,
Did you see that they were going to have NFL teams want him to do some slot work at the combine?
Yeah, I saw that. That was
That's good
interesting.
news.
It is good news.
Yeah, for teams that really want to recognize him as, a pat. Like he's going to be on the field a lot.
He's an elite pass catcher.
Oh yeah. Well, I think his best trait is making people miss.
Yeah, and that transitions perfectly into his pass catching ability too, and because he's one of the best running backs in the best probably.
So it's not bad there. You go back and look.
Yeah.
He stems at the top of that route to create separation. Go back a little bit. Watch him dip outside right there.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yep.
Yeah, little nuanced things that he understands.
Now Simmons ran with him step for step. No kidding.
Yeah. He runs step for step with Travis Etienne.
Cannot believe he didn't declare. Insane.
I know. All your Devy shares are probably pretty upset.
I have him in one league, but I'm okay. I have Swift and Taylor in that league too.
Let's hope he stays healthy. That's all.
This is a bad location by Burrow. Bad location. So he squares up. He throws it outside. Why doesn't he throw it inside? Inside shoulder.
Yeah.
That's on Burrow, in my opinion.
It's a tough route first man too. I mean, not really
Well,
expected to get
He's
open.
supposed to get beyond the first down marker, and then what does he do from there?
He's getting held here.
I mean, it's a tough matchup altogether. He's got one of the best defenders in college football on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Terrell there, right? I think he's a pretty good corner. He's gonna be a first round guy. Holding.
Sells it.
Yep, he dipped inside. I think he gave him a little body, but then he held him.
Big boy. Good block. Good cut.
Mm-hmm.
wonder if there's any chance, like, just the fact that he's Randy Moss's son, that Bill Belichick's going to be interested in Thaddeus Moss. I mean, the size isn't, it's being about 6'2" is close to Aaron Hernandez size.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think Bill Belichick holds. I think he doesn't have a lot of bias. He just gets.
Yeah, I don't think he does either. I think he could care less.
I'm a big fan of him, by the way.
Bill?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I wish he was my head coach. Was at one time.
That was a heck of a staff.
Yes, it was, and of course, just
Saban.
Kirk Ferentz.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I like that route. That's that Jason Wood route right there.
Yeah, if he's actually gonna throw the ball there, he was open.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In front of the defender.
That's the thing with him. I mean, you were talking about this, Rich, before, but like he's not going to out-athlete a ton of people. He's going to have to body people too, you know?
No, yeah. I mean, with the size, so coming in under 6'2", but he's got the weight. I just think sometimes it just there's a lot of players. Definitely when you're talking to podcasts or you're talking about NFL players. When you talk about a player like I don't think he's gonna be that great. It doesn't mean he's not going to be a good NFL player, but we're not here to find the best NFL players. We're here to find the best people that are going to put us in the best position to score fantasy points. We're doing this for Dynasty. So, when I was poo-pooing on like guys like when Derrick Henry was coming in and how I completely hated Samaje Perine and guys like that, where it's like where's all this fantasy production going to come from? Where you're going to be touchdown. Definitely when it comes to running back position, you're going to be touchdown dependent. Some of those receivers like KJ Hamler this year coming out. You're a really good route runner, you're fast, but where's all that fantasy production going to come from? I don't care if you're going to be a second round pick in the NFL. So Thaddeus Moss here, it's just for him to score a lot of fantasy points, he's just have to get in a system peppered with targets.
Dirty, did him. A couple routes ago there, I liked. He tried to stem at least at the top of his route. That was good.
Yeah.
I find him struggling between what routes he should run in zone versus man so far. Seems like he's not settling in zones as much as he should.
I mean, it's like he's running. It's like he's running like two different routes, and it's about it.
Right.
It's like everything. Yeah, and then short. It's like,
he's slow as shit, man.
Vertical. Yeah, he's not very fast. He's not even fast off the line.
No.
You know what I mean? Like off the line, he doesn't explode off the line. It's just okay.
Yeah, he's like it's like he's thinking.
Well, there.
Yeah.
But look, everything.
See, like go back here. Okay, so here he dips outside. Why? What is the purpose of that step? Watch his left foot.
Yeah.
Why is he going out? There's no defender that's looking at him that's going to be influenced by that.
Yeah, you're saying just go now.
Yeah, it makes no sense. And plus, if it's a slant and he sees the inside backers there, he should just convert that into a hitch and just sit there.
Yeah, the inside backer's already facing in anyways.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Okay, that's good. He's still in his zone in the area. I like that one.
Yeah.
It was nice. So you could have got it.
I like that he's lined up all over the place. At least that's versatility.
I agree.
You want that in a tight end for sure.
You'd assume his football intelligence should be there. I mean, when your dad's Randy Moss, I mean, you grew up around the game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a tough pill to follow.
Yeah, Randy Moss's son is.
It is pretty tough to follow that up, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you see these guys. I mean, Randy Moss is the best receiver I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, right.
Now his son's a big tight end who's not fast.
Ooh, hold on here. He sits down in the zone right there.
Yep.
Well done. And one thing I like when he catches this, look how confident he is. It's like, I know I got that. Like he might not even look that in.
Yeah.
I'll tribute to his dad right there.
Yeah, well, his hands, I think his blocking and his hands are his strongest suit. Where he does not drop the football. I mean, if you go all of 2019 in this offense without dropping a football, that's pretty good.
His ball skills remind me of Dallas Goedert, because I think he has better ball skills than Hawkinson and Fant did last year, in my opinion.
Goddard's such a good athlete, though.
Well, yeah, I'm not comparing athleticism. I'm just saying in terms of ball skills. Goddard's not an unreal athlete, though. He's okay. He's not Fant or Ingram.
Yeah, well, I mean, Fant and Ingram are basically bona fide wide receivers.
Right.
Which is how I love my Dynasty tight ends.
Right. Ingram was my wide receiver, too, because I thought they might have converted him to receiver. He's my wide receiver, 2 in that class behind, of course, my boy Corey Davis.
Hopefully we get another view with this one.
Yeah, Corey Davis burning us all.
Yeah, go back to that one.
Good catch in traffic, though. It's tough to see the top of the route here, but...
So is that a back shoulder fade or is that an out?
Looks like a comeback.
Oh, you're right. He's going out. I think it's an out.
Yeah.
But what I like about that one, go back again, Jared.
I wish I could see him catch the ball here.
So if you watch when he plants here, he's at the 32 and works his way back, or probably 33 and works his way back. So he's coming back at a negative. You know what I mean? Or if he came out flat, that corner might have undercut that. You know what I mean? That's a little savviness right there.
Yeah, see, I think the biggest thing holding this guy back is just his body type, man. He's just a compact guy. He's not very long.
Yeah.
He's not very fast. Just you would think he would have all the physical gifts in the world, but
he doesn't.
Yeah, you would think his athleticism would be through the roof, and it's really his worst attribute.
Yeah, his best is his technique.
Right now, what he kind of reminds me of is he should be like a tight end 2 on a team.
Yep, I agree.
Like he'd be a really good tight end 2, but like tight end 1, it's
kind of like a poor man's Austin Hooper.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Hooper balled out last year. He's gotten better.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Hooper's good, but
yeah, like if you run 12 personnel, then this guy's your guy. You can chip block and roll out and get you that 6 yards and get you 2 more after the catch, and then you're good.
Like in Tennessee, pair him up with Janu, you're good.
Yeah, so I think Moss, if he would have returned back to school, he might have increased his draft stock more, because that's like the thing about him is there's not a lot out there on him because he transferred.
See, I hate this. People are gonna look at this look at this tight end. Well, look at Chase setting that up.
Literally.
Interference.
What you said about Thaddeus Moss, the next guy we're going to talk about too is Cole Kmet. I mean, there's not a lot of tape on him too because he really didn't play until 2019.
Right.
Yeah.
He was going to go
these
back
guys.
Cool.
But confident.
Nice catch.
Gets it over the line.
Yep.
I mean, he's got some.
Thaddeus Moss started his career at NC State, and then he transferred to LSU, so he had to sit out a year.
So that was Thaddeus Moss's second touchdown in the game, which was half. Now he has now reached half his total on the year. He only had 4 touchdowns on the year, so he got 2 of them in the Clemson game. This was definitely his best game of the year that we're watching here too. So we got to keep that in mind as well.
Here's a question from the chat. This is from Dynasty Polls. Eno Benjamin or Zach Moss, and why? I'll let you guys go first.
As we watch tight ends.
No, I know, but I'm just throwing them out
for me right now, I have Zach Moss right like the back end of my first round, top of the second. I haven't right now on running backs. I'm not there yet at running backs where I'm deep into my scouting for all my notes. But going through the tape in my casual watch, I came away completely unimpressed with Eno Benjamin. There wasn't anything that he did. I mean, he's good at breaking tackles and getting the ball off the catch, but he didn't really blow me away at all for a name that I was hoping that I would like. But Zach Moss, he's pretty intriguing. He catches the ball well. Big dude, runs well. Mm-hmm. From what I've seen through the tape already, I like Zach Moss significantly more. I like Anthony McFarland more than I like Eno Benjamin. There's a lot of guys I like. I'd probably draft a guy like Javon Leake ahead of Eno Benjamin.
Keyshawn Vaughn over him.
Keyshawn Vaughn for sure.
I love Keyshawn Vaughn. It's Zach Moss, and it's not even close. I actually might not even draft Eno Benjamin. That's how bad I don't like him.
Nick, I'm right with you.
He's so small for like his play type. Like he's supposed to be like a inside the lines runner. I mean, he can catch the ball and make people miss, but he's like 5'9", 5'8".
You know who he kind of reminds me of? Sorry. He kind of reminds me of like Kadeem Carey. Remember when Kadeem Carey came out? He had like all these numbers from that Pac-12, but he just is like an East-West guy that like can't go forward very fast. He's a negative athlete, not that physical. Like, meh.
Did you guys see this catch here? Another one.
I'm telling you, he's got
good hands.
Man.
Yeah, he's got good hands.
That's that Goddard.
But yeah, Zach Moss for me too in that one. I think Zach Moss is going to be a really good running back during his rookie contract. Someone's going to take him like the 3rd, 4th round of the NFL draft and use him. But I think he's a replaceable level of talent.
PK Fool says
talented. Him and Keyshawn Vaughn are really neck and neck for me, and we'll see what happens with Anthony McFarland. 'Cause I was really pleasantly surprised with Anthony McFarland's weigh-in.
Me too. Was he 206? I think.
Yeah, he was in the 200. I thought he was a little bit more than that actually.
both of those guys were my RB7 or better.
Jalen Reagor came in at like 206 too.
Yeah, he's big. So what do you guys think about this one? PK Fool says, how do you guys feel about Clyde Edwards-Helaire possibly to the Buccaneers? Good or bad landing spot? Let me go first.
Oh, great. Here we go with Ronald Jones.
My boy, Ronald Jones. Come on. My boy. For a landing spot, sure. I mean, where would Clyde Edwards-Helaire land where we wouldn't like his spot, to be honest? I think he fits almost everywhere. But I just think Tampa Bay Buccaneers have so many holes on that team that to put a premium pick on a running back doesn't make sense. I think you have to get Clyde Edwards-Helaire round 1 or round 2 to even get him for an NFL team. And the Buccaneers need offensive line, potentially a quarterback.
Yeah,
defense.
I think the Bucs are better off like signing a guy. Even if they, I think the Bucs could go cheap and sign a guy like Jordan Howard to go with Ronald. So I mean, but I don't like him at all, Ronald Jones. But yeah, Clyde Edwards-Helaire is with his pass catch ability. I mean, he's bulletproof. You know what I mean? Like he is going to be fantasy.
He's going to score points for you.
He goes.
Yes.
Even if he lands on a team that has a running back, like, some of these guys that Zach Moss lands somewhere they already have a good running back. You're going to be like, oh, crap, man, I can't. I'm above and down my board. But Clyde Edwards-Helaire could be used in the slot. I mean,
he is a good blocker.
Pass catcher running back. He blocks well.
I've kind of been letting it run here just because, I mean, there's just been a lot of plays that he hasn't really been involved in other than blocking. And that's not going to score you any fantasy points, but
positions himself well.
It'll get you on the field.
Moves his feet.
Yeah, he blocks well. He's arguably one of the best blocking tight ends in this class. And we just watched his best game. So that's why you have to watch multiple games too here. When you're watching a player, you just can't come in here and watch their best game. Look at that.
But that catch right there, Rich, this is the ball skills catch.
That is talent right there.
That's insane.
Is that versus Alabama? Yeah. So that is from the studying I've done on Moss. That's the best catch of his career.
Sorry, man. It just comes out.
I think Edwards-Helaire landing in Atlanta would be a really good spot.
That's exactly where I think he'll go.
Well, his best spot in my eyes, I think that would be fantasy gold to be San Francisco. But yeah, Atlanta would be nice.
I can't believe you hate Ronald Jones.
Dude, a blade of grass can tackle Ronald Jones.
I mean, he definitely improved from year one. I mean, he put on weight. He was breaking more tackles. I thought he looked a lot better, which is
I thought he had one of the best tackle rates.
A good sign. I know. Rich just says everybody can tackle him. I'm like, yeah, he broke a lot of tackles.
I didn't see it at all, man. He goes down easily. Doesn't get away from anybody really.
Stephon Diggs' brother. Everybody.
Is that his brother?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Right there.
Mm-hmm.
Defensive back.
I'm pretty sure it's his brother or cousin.
Okay.
He was a wide receiver recruit and then transitioned to corner.
Ooh, nice block here, man.
That's a great block. We're locating him in space.
Yes. Yep.
That's a block right there.
And he keeps the lane.
Swings his hips around.
Yeah, it's gonna say the same thing, Nick. There, picks him up and turns him.
Notorious M1G asks, where does Cole Kmet rank in last year's class?
Let's watch Cole Kmet first.
Yeah, we'll answer that as soon as we get through a game here of Kmet. Just off the rip right here, I probably would say
it's funny. On last night's podcast, we added in the 2019 running backs to this year's running back class and ranked them.
Yeah.
It wasn't good for last year's class.
Where'd you have my boy Montgomery?
7th.
Jeez, that's too high.
Maybe it was 8th.
Dude, I loved Montgomery coming out.
We had Clyde Edwards ahead of him. We had Cam Akers ahead of him. We had the top 3 ahead of him.
I'd have Vaughn ahead of him.
Yeah, I'd have all those guys ahead of him too.
Oh, well, Jacobs was 3.
Good hands. So, I mean, I think it's evident here with Moss is great blocker, good hands. It's just not going to really get open unless it's first zone.
Moss, I think Moss is an easy player to describe here. And I think we're going to see, if we watch 12 games in a row, we'd see a lot of the same things here. Mm-hmm. He's going to run, he's going to block a lot. He's going to run a lot of those short intermediate rights over the middle there with the cut in. And, he's going to catch what he's going to catch what's thrown to him. And then he's going to get 1 to 2 yards after when he gets the ball. That's his game. He's not going to be like the Noah Fant, like Nick was talking about earlier, the Evan Ingrams. It's not his game, or even the TJ Hawkinsons.
Yeah, and we're all here to score fantasy points, and I don't think I'm going to be drafting Moss just based on what I've seen previously and what I've seen tonight.
They're just all wide open at LSU. Like, it's insane. Like, there's so many guys schemed open. They're both open.
Yeah, everyone's confused on who they're guarding.
Yeah, somebody asked us a question last night because we were doing questions on the podcast, the Dynasty+Nerds podcast, and somebody's like, when they were talking about Tua and Burrow, like, are you concerned that Joe Burrow just had too much talent around him? We're like, dude, Tua played at Alabama. He had some of the 3 best receivers in the game. Our boy Henry Ruggs out there. You guys like Jalen Reagor more than Ruggs, but not me.
I do by a mile.
Yeah, not me.
Oh, boy.
But, like
Rich, we're just going to have a podcast where me and you just disagree on everything.
That's fine. That's fine. It's good to disagree.
Well, I agree. You learn more that way.
I was just going to say, you learn way more when you disagree.
I mean, honestly, I think Ruggs gives you so much to work with. He's an elite athlete. I just didn't really see it from a football player standpoint when comparing him to Reagor.
I don't know how you don't. I think he's a do-it-all wide receiver for what I'm seeing. Again, I haven't dove into receivers. I'm doing quarterbacks and tight ends now. But I think he has the potential to be a do-it-all receiver. And listen, when you sit here and talk about that, like if we're going to sit here and talk about Reagor or Ruggs, sometimes when you do something like that, it sounds like you're slighting another player. I love Reagor too.
Right. Yeah.
Like I don't like him. Mm-hmm. I actually have T. Higgins ahead of Jalen Reagor too, though. So
yeah, I like T. Higgins a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he your wide receiver 3, Waylon?
Judy right now. What?
Is he your wide receiver 3? Who? Higgins.
He's my wide receiver 2 right now, I think.
Okay.
I can get down on that if you wanted to. Definitely after you guys did your fake breakdown of Judy, like if you were just scared of like Judy's a really good receiver. But again, what we're looking here for is who's going to be the best overall fantasy football receiver. Yep. And Judy's an excellent route runner, but he plays a little soft at times. And if you I would never hate anybody that said, okay, I took Higgins over Judy, because you're going for, you're going for it. You're going for that big play receiver who has a much higher ceiling than a guy like Jerry Judy, in my eyes.
That was a good route there before by Moss. The big dig. Is that where you're kind of going over?
Yeah, the cross.
That was a good,
Yeah, it was.
That was a good dig.
It's kind of throttled down because he knew he was open.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
this
baby.
Man, let's see. How
does one?
The best catch of his career right here.
That ball, but dude,
this kid can catch, man. He's a good football player. He's just lacking from.
Well, I think the most underrated part of that whole thing, which we're going to talk about.
Oh, his foot's out of bounds.
Yeah, but he reestablishes.
Yep. Yes. To get his foot back in bounds.
Damn.
Yeah. Had the wherewithal to bring his foot back in while tracking the ball and toe tapping.
Yeah.
That's why.
But the most underrated part of that, if you go back, he has the subtle push off.
The hands.
Yep.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
And then late, I mean, he you can see it. He'll push off to get the separation on Diggs.
Very subtle.
Boom.
Yeah.
You see here in the slow replay. I think they'll show it on this next one. Right here. Hands there, and then went.
Yeah. He two-handed him.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, he does look kind of nice when they do line him up outside and they put him on those vertical routes. He does a whole. I mean, he's got the size there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, where Moss gets drafted, let's see what kind of scheme he falls into here as well. Like, how is he going to be used? Because if we see that he does have the ball skills and he can catch the ball,
that wasn't a clean catch either.
And he's going to get on the field. He's got good technique and he's got all-around game. He'd be a good guy for our Brownies to take, in my opinion. We kind of need a guy like that.
PK Fool says, I think Ruggs will be more valuable to an NFL team than fantasy value. I completely agree on that.
There's a lot of receivers. That's how I felt about Marquise Brown.
Oh, of course.
You know, like not a fantasy guy, but a great NFL guy.
And that's what makes going on draft capital hard.
Yeah, you need those zone breakers.
Oh, hold on, look at that. He got 1 and then got 2. Look at this. He goes from 1 to getting part of 2.
He does get 2.
What a man.
And he knows it. He knows it.
Oh,
He knew it.
See him,
Yeah.
about to punch your mama in the mouth after that one.
Hey, if you go back to that one, Jared, I just love this scheme, by the way, on this one. They ran a smash, basically, with Moss taking that hitch.
Oh,
and
yeah.
now
They
they're
were in
doing the flag.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
beautiful concept. With a runoff post, I think.
Yeah, the middle linebacker had
Dirty.
Clyde. What am I doing here?
So I'm just. Oh, you're back on that one. Here's the smash.
Yeah.
Oh, touchdown.
Open.
That's what I'm saying. Like, man, they schemed up some real good stuff there.
Yeah, excited for the Panthers to get Joe Brady, what he's going to do with DJ Moore, Christian McCaffrey, and Curtis Samuel. It's going to be exciting.
I think it's going to be good for Cam, man.
Yeah, for sure.
He's
I
a
mean,
buy.
Cam's the guy.
I think Cam's going to be the guy, yeah. Even for Ian Thomas, if they're going to run a lot of this, what they're running here with Thaddeus Moss for Ian Thomas, these are all things that Ian Thomas could do exceptionally well with, and do a little bit more with the ball in his hands, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Is there an opportunity that Christian McCaffrey takes fantasy, he goes down statistically?
Why would you do that to your team, though, to have a weapon like that? I mean, look at how they utilize Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So that's kind of nice to see, too, that they utilize him in the passing game so much.
Right. I'm just saying, you never know. With a new head coach and new OC, that's the unknown.
It's my favorite thing. My favorite thing on Twitter is when people want to talk to you like they can predict the future. They're like, oh, this is going to happen. Like, dude, you don't know what's going to happen.
It's our jobs.
Maybe Thaddeus Moss is tight end 1 next year. Who knows?
You never know. But at the same time, it'd be funny if you put the time in. A lot of the stuff that you do, it comes to fruition. I was talking about yesterday, like how the first time I started watching Mark Andrews, I came on my podcast. I was like super excited, and then he went to Baltimore. It's a second tight end. I kind of let it come back a little bit more, and it's like, dude, stick with your gut, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, when you watch this tape, a lot of times you're like, oh, you want to look at statistics, you want to look at stats, you want to look what they did at the combine, but just what do they do on the football field?
Preaching to the choir, Rich. I'm a film guy.
Yeah, just what do they do?
You reminded me so much of Witten at Oklahoma. Loves his route running. He's so savvy.
Who reminds you of him?
Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews.
He's my number 2 overall dynasty.
Ooh. He's so sexy.
Dude, I fell into this trap last year when I was scouting Georgia wide receivers. I couldn't keep my eyes off DeAndre Swift. You gotta keep watching Clyde Edwards here.
Right, I know. He's just so.
Yeah, I mean the chances of CMC producing like that are unlikely. Sorry, I'm reading the chat.
I know it's funny. You have a guy who's like the Blitnikoff winner in Jamar Chase, and you're still like he's really good, but he doesn't blow you away like Clyde Edwards does.
Nope. I think Chase is overrated. I mean, sure, everyone like loves the numbers he put up. Justin Jefferson had 111 catches and crazy numbers too. Like,
yeah,
you know what I
like
mean?
Chase
Like,
You should be. I'm not a Debbie guy, so I don't pay attention to that stuff.
Yeah.
People are like, why don't you get in Debbie? I was like, I have a hard enough time keeping up with all these NFL rookies and players.
Right. That's why I don't do IDP. I can't know it all, man.
Yeah, exactly, man. Like I'm good at what I do. Let me just do what I do.
Can you go back to that last play, Jared?
Yeah.
I know this is blocking. People don't care about this. So he tries to get this end, misses, and then tries to get the backer there. That's just effort. I really like that effort.
Good IQ too.
Mm-hmm. And he didn't turn back.
Yeah,
back to the
I mean,
end.
a lot of guys
kept
that
going forward.
aren't that savvy with, I missed my block. What do I do? What do I do?
Oh, I've all the time in high school.
Which you see a lot of that. You'd be surprised how much of that, like the laziness you'll see where people miss their assignment and then they're just kind of like stand there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you doing? Help your teammate.
Good route here by Chase.
Yeah, I think Thaddeus Moss is showing us here, like he's a good football player.
I know, man.
I saw your
know me,
face.
man. I'm like, oh, what a route. Well, he got inside him. It was a great release. Then he bodied him a little bit to get the dig. I wanted him to come more across the middle. It's kind of a post, actually.
Okay. I see you, big boy.
Yeah, but look what. So he gets the ball in his hand. He lowers his shoulder. He gets down. Like he knows once he gets the ball in his hand, just lower that shoulder and go north.
He gets hit here.
But what's he gonna do there?
He gets 5
There's one guy on block coming.
Yeah, I mean, have we seen one catch yet where he's tried to like any elusiveness whatsoever?
No.
But how many tight ends have elusiveness?
It's not his game.
I mean, there's not many.
Not many.
To be fair, not many.
Oh, Diggs. Come on.
Clyde.
Woo, Clyde. That guy has a mama.
Stiff arm.
His family. Don't worry, his brother will pay for everything. He's good.
Yeah, this draft class, if you have a top 8 pick, man, you're getting a really good player.
Right here. Would you trade Russell Wilson for the 101 in a super flex league to get Burrow?
You gotta trade Russell Wilson?
It would just depend on my team. No, it depends on my team. Am I a contender or am I not? Am I a complete rebuild? Then I'd do it.
I'm keeping Russ, man. Yeah,
I'm keeping Russ. He's 29, I think. Why trade the known for the unknown? There's risk there.
Well, it depends on your team, though. I mean, I could see Russ Wilson the lifestyle he's living, the way he's growing out that hair. It's telling me a couple things. Like he's ready for the prime time, like a different career down here in the future.
Hey, you think so? While we transition,
that's a purely hypothetical guess. I have no leg to stand on that for.
Hey, as we transition, anything can happen, Rich.
Cole Komet here.
Yeah.
Chat, do you guys have any questions? I'm gonna run to the restroom here. You guys go ahead and chat it up.